Design students at CMU.
Okay, cool.
So we kind of had to pick a topic that interested us, which was transitioning neighborhoods.
Gotcha.
And so we're kind of working on Target, trying to get people's perspectives on how long they've been here
Okay.
and what they do. So I guess, are you a Pittsburgh native?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I've
so
lived in Pittsburgh for about 4 years in various neighborhoods around the city. So
Okay. Are you from, I guess, are you living in East Liberty now?
no, I'm not.
Okay, so do you commute?
Yeah, I'm living in Millvale, so I drive in.
Okay. And then I guess, what is your perspective on East Liberty since you clearly work here too?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely like changing since I've been here, even in the past 4 years. Like it used to be there might have been like, I don't know, 1 or 2 businesses or bars that people would go to in this area. And now there's just more and more places that people come and hang out. Like I know like the burger restaurant and like all sorts. I can't think of all the places,
Right.
but like
Yeah.
there's lots of newer places that I've been
Yeah.
like in the past couple of years. So
Would you consider this a community-oriented area, or does it feel ever like divided, or I don't know if you can speak.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent. I mean, obviously, it's kind of, it's hard. Like, I feel like when I'm here, like, since I started working at Target, that it's kind of like in the middle of a lot of different sorts of places. Like, you have like lower income neighborhoods, like right on one side, and then you got Shady Side over here, where there's a lot of people making money, and then Oakland, there's a lot of students. So it's really like diverse. Like a lot of people, different people come here to shop, which kind of like I like working here.
Yeah, it's
you know,
awesome.
it's nice to be right in the middle of different types of people and not just like, it's really easy to get this closed off perspective if you're only hanging out in one neighborhood all the time. So
Yeah. Would you say, I guess, because Target gets such a diverse, at least do you see obvious differences between the people, or would you say that, I don't know, I can't get the word that I'm looking for.
Like community
Well,
enrichment or involvement?
Why can't I get one? No, like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I'm like,
if you're trying to ask like, do I see like people that are from like one community really interacting with people from other communities in the area?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot, no.
Okay.
I would say that. Like it's
That's
normally you
what
just
I was
have
gonna say.
students over here, and then you have people who are like, you know, Google people, professionals over
Right.
here. And then, so yeah, it's definitely a little bit split up, I'd say.
And then I guess from your perspective, do you see that as like a good thing, a bad thing, or you're kind of indifferent to it?
I have an interesting perspective. I was in Teach for America in Mississippi Delta a few
Awesome.
years ago. So like there, everything was completely divided, like even more so than I would say here. Like in the South, it's a completely different culture of everything. So yeah, I mean, I don't. So I've seen like what it's like when things are so divided that like people like don't even talk or interact, and it's like not quite the same, but it's like not really that different either. So yeah, it's not great. Like you really like, I don't know. That's one of the huge problems I saw down there, and I guess I'm not as involved in the community here other than just working. I'm gonna be going back to school soon, but yeah, it like really just like people don't understand other people's perspectives, and like they start making policy decisions and business decisions and things without really like taking into consideration what it's like for people that might not earn as much or people with less position of power. So yeah, it's not the best when there's not the interaction with the community. So
Right. So that's probably the main, I guess, for us to focus on. We've been trying to figure out how we get these communities to all
Yeah.
kind of mesh together.
Right.
I think, yeah, if you figure that out, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of something that happens everywhere, you know.
And do you have any ideas of like what you might propose or might want to see happen to sort of bring or see that vision come to life?
Not really. No.
Yeah.
I don't really have any good, you know,
Yeah.
great ideas. Like I said, if I feel like if I had a great idea, you know, it'd be awesome. But
Right.
it's not the easiest thing in the world to get
Yeah.
people to kind of open their minds and
Yeah.
like try to talk to other people who aren't quite or might not have the same perspective as them.
Right.
It's easy to like go sit in your little social group and like your like Lawrenceville hipster people or like, because even after that, I worked at drilling rigs, so I was working like Marcellus Shale drilling. So I would come and like hang out with people in Pittsburgh, and they'd be like, "Marcellus Shale, you're the worst." And then like, but then I'd like go hang out at the rig with the Roughnecks and things like, "Oh, you live in the city? Like, oh man, like can't believe how do you deal with all those like?" So I don't know, just being in between like that, just
Yeah.
huge cultural separations. It's kind of like, yeah, I don't know, I can keep going about all that stuff, but. Yeah, it's just like it's hard to get people from completely different perspectives to try to communicate.
Okay.
It's easier to
It's still in that.
talk to your like people that have the same perspective
Right.
to get reinforced. So,
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
yep.
Would you say that you, obviously you are somebody that tries to, I guess, be within this like diverse environment? Is it something that you would feel like you would need to remind yourself to do, or is it just?
It just kind of happened for me. I mean, that's kind of how it goes. Like, I just ended up getting a job here while I was kind of in between careers, and it happened. Like, I just applied random, like at Target, like in general, and then like East Liberty. I'm like, cool. So it wasn't like there was like any specific, trying to. It just kind of I ended up here, and I enjoy the environment. So
That's cool.
yeah.
I guess, what about the environment did you enjoy or like made you want to stay?
In like this area.
Mhm.
I mean, I like being in the city, and like I was saying, like I like being around lots of different kinds of people. Like it's like I was saying before, like it's once you like are stuck in like this one group, like your perspective is like kind of molded by that, and then if you don't ever get outside of it, then you really like just kind of forget about it. Like that happens to everybody. I feel like if you're just like not going beyond your like little boundaries. So
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your
Yeah, no
time.
problem.
Yeah.